Leadership conflict isn't always what it seems. From missed deadlines to chaotic team dynamics, the conversation around requirements often veils deeper truths. What if I told you that many engineering leaders unknowingly perpetuate miscommunication and mistrust? Today, we'll dive into the hidden lies behind leadership conflict and how these can sabotage your best engineering efforts. Stay with me and explore how to uncover the real story behind your project's requirements. Every time project requirements are reshuffled, confusion amplifies. Conflicting priorities emerge, creating a cacophony of disarray that affects productivity. Technical leaders often lack clarity on certain aspects, leading teams down blind alleys. As new data arrives, conversations can spiral, and what once were clear requirements turn into vague aspirations. This chaos isn't just detrimental to timelines, it impacts team morale and innovation. You might think you've defined a coherent strategy, but in reality, you're navigating a maze. Leadership often overlooks unwritten requirements, those unspoken needs and assumptions that quietly drive decisions. Sometimes, these hidden constraints originate from fears or prior experiences that aren't openly discussed. Understanding these unspoken elements is crucial because they shape perceptions and decisions. We need to grasp that behind every misalignment lies a ghost known as ambiguity, specific cognitive biases that disorient the decision-making process. Once you unpack these hidden layers, clarity emerges, revealing the real requirements. Instead of a rigid framework, engineers often follow a practical decision-making pattern during conflicts. This process encompasses three parts: identify, validate, and align. First, you identify assumptions, what exists in everyone's mind but remains unvoiced. Next, you validate those assumptions through open dialogue and reflection, challenging perspectives. Finally, aligning the team on clarified requirements fosters a communal understanding. This pattern helps cultivate trust and navigate conflict-driven chaos. Why is identifying assumptions key? Because it sifts through the noise, unearthing that which is often overlooked. Encourage team members to voice their concerns, fears, or expectations without hesitation. The goal is to reveal the underlying narratives driving requirements, paving the way for a shared understanding. This step builds a solid foundation for transparent communication. But here's the kicker. Failure to identify these assumptions allows misinformation to flourish, leading to more profound organizational discord. Validation is where the rubber meets the road. It's about engaging in dialogue to confirm or challenge the identified assumptions, breaking down mental barriers that often go unacknowledged. Use brainstorming sessions, one-on-ones, or team retrospectives to discuss insights. This iterative process fosters psychological safety, opening pathways for more robust discussions. Yet, here's the catch. Without genuine validation, leaders risk making decisions based on inaccuracies, further fueling conflict and mistrust. Most teams don't fail because of incompetence. They fail because leaders avoid uncomfortable decisions. The final step is all about alignment. Once assumptions are validated, it's crucial to ensure that everyone is on the same page regarding the requirements. Use tools like collaborative documents or visual aids to visualize agreed-upon requirements. Regular check-ins can prevent misalignment down the line. The reality is that failing to achieve alignment can leave teams feeling isolated and uncertain, which ultimately derails project success. Let's dive into a real-world engineering failure. A tech company underwent a major project overhaul, but due to unclear requirements stemming from leadership conflicts, the project imploded. Teams were working on features that were irrelevant or misunderstood, and by launch, the product was a shadow of its true potential. Morale shattered. Team members left in droves. This debacle stemmed from leadership's inability to confront unspoken assumptions, highlighting how neglecting the basic principles can lead to disaster. When leading a team, there's often a trade-off between speed and thoroughness. Rushing through the identification and validation process may give a temporary sense of progress, but breeds long-term risks. You may sacrifice a thorough review for short-term deadlines, leading to ineffective requirements and a chaotic environment. Conversely, overly scrutinizing every detail can stall progress entirely. The key is to strike a balance where you prioritize thoughtful engagement while maintaining momentum. In practice, begin your projects by scheduling time explicitly focused on identifying assumptions. Employ effective collaboration tools that encourage transparency. Make a habit of conducting retrospective meetings post-launch to refine how these processes work and take note of lessons learned. This not only enhances the quality of requirements, but also fosters a culture of continuous improvement. After all, the more you practice alignment, the better you become at spotting conflicts before they escalate. In summary, unmasking the hidden lies behind leadership conflict isn't merely about identifying misunderstood requirements. It's a continuous journey of identifying assumptions, validating through collaboration, and aligning teams to create a harmonious workflow. Fostering this understanding will lead to more transparent project execution and ultimately reliable deliverables. Remember, when your approach is honest and driven by reality, you dismantle the barriers that inhibit engineering excellence. Thank you for embarking on this discussion about unmasking requirements. If you found value in this exploration, subscribe for more insights into engineering leadership and strategies. Let's continue to evolve together, transforming conflicts into clarity and chaos into powerful collaboration. Until next time.